Hello and welcome back to Rimworld, and of course, Zeitgeist a la Kami, the greatest colony that's ever existed on this particular plot of land. It's amazing. We're currently in fall at this point. Actually, I don't know why. Oh, I guess it's already too cold for all of the plants to grow. That is quite unfortunate. Do we have enough meal? Well, I think we have enough meals to survive the winter. Plus, if we need to, we can go hunt something that isn't deer. That'd be great. So last time we finished up the actual rec room, which is the best thing ever. Oh, it even says that it's a rec room. That's amazing. I didn't know it would say it's a rec room. That's great. So that's our rec room. It's brilliant. We got a dining room. We got some workshops. Brody is imprisoned and he's going to become part of our actual colony. It's going to be great. I think Brody may be suffering from severe hypothermia on some level. No, he's not. Okay. I was concerned that given the fact that Brody does not actually have a heater right now, because it just so happens that we have not gotten around to building Brody's heater yet. I don't know why nobody's gotten around to building it. Maybe we don't have enough steel sitting somewhere out on the field. I'm going to guess that's a thing. Yeah, no, we're going to need more steel. So apparently Brody's going to die of hypothermia because we haven't gotten enough steel. I see how it is. I get it. Oh, traders from the municipality, from the accountant's municipality are here, which I've just realized. These guys, they're totally capitalists, aren't they? Oh, you disgusting capitalist swine. Look at them. Thinking they're so cool. What kind of stuff do they have? They have survival rifles and pump shotguns and wooden clubs. Oh, they're capitalists. Disgusting, vicious capitalists. And I would immediately find it within myself to beat them to death if it weren't for the fact that I strongly believe that if we were to try to beat them to death right now, we would die a sad and actually fairly swift death at their hands, which oddly enough would not work well for the actual cause of communism, so I feel like that's not a good thing for us to do. Let's see. What can we do? We could sell Dreamweaver. I don't think we'll sell Dreamweaver. Oh yeah, we went into the beer business so that we could sell beer. That is our main goal. So, what the heck? Is that guy's name Snotface? Is that seriously a thing? Who made that guy's name Snotface? That's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we're gonna sell off like 50 of our beer. We have a ton of hops in... Okay, we have 18 hops in reserve. I take it back. We don't have a ton of hops in reserve. I think that these guys want to drink some of the beer that they made, even though, I mean, it was made in the name of actually selling to people. So we're gonna sell off a bit of that. What should we get? Is there anything here we need to get? I'm not really seeing much that's super important for us to purchase here. Components. Do they actually have any components? They do. That's always a good thing to purchase when it shows up. So we're gonna grab a few components, but I want to stay in the green in terms of actually how we're selling, especially since we can't actually go into the negative because we have no silver. Just a small issue. Small, tiny little issue. We'll accept that trade. We got a few components for a bunch of beer, which is great. Oh yeah, we also have this walk-in fridge. I forgot about that. Now, in saying that we got some silver, we're going to be using that silver to make floors. Actually, we should probably cancel all of these floors, okay? These floors are what I would call frivolous uses of material. As a communist society, we like to properly distribute our material to everyone, and this sterile tile is currently preventing the proper distribution of good resources to the people who need them the most, which is, I guess, poor people. Who are the poor people in our society? I guess Brody's the poorest person in our society, mostly because he's, like, imprisoned. Probably slowly dying of hypothermia. Look, Brody, If you don't start slowly dying of hypothermia at some point, I'm going to be very cross with you, Brody. I will not enjoy that. So, oh yeah, we were working with a vent system last time. I did some tests in another game, and yes, in fact, we can just use one heater for all of this. So what we're gonna do is just, we can reinstall this heater in the actual rec room, because, you know, that's nice. But we'll just completely dismantle this heater. And we can use Brody's heater to also heat up all of these areas with a few vents. And this will reduce the overall quantity of heaters and air conditioners that we actually need in the colony, which is going to be great. Like, we can even tear down these 2 coolers here. Like, we can move this one. I guess we can only deconstruct it, but we can move it into the rec room so the rec room remains at a good temperature year-round. And then, you know, we'll have a really nice colony that's just always warm, always nice. Unfortunately, a few people will have to pay the price of actually having a heater and an air conditioner in their room, which one would argue is not equally distributing the... I guess, what would you call that? Like, the repercussions of generating heat across all people, which some within the colony are saying is not within the communist ideal. Did they just let all their muffalos into our dining room? Don't put muffalos in the dining room, snotface. Get out of here. Anyway, as everyone is very communistic-minded, they're not particularly appreciative of the fact that I'm creating disparity amongst the classes. I personally would like for them to understand that, of course, there's no way to prevent disparity within the classes. In fact, it is the natural way that the rich, of course, feast upon the poor. Not just like, you know, rule over them, but actually, literally, rich people eating poor people. It's a thing. It's gonna happen. You have to deal with it. Ninja, Kimmy, stop having a social fight. There's no need for a social fight. If everyone can just, like, plant the fields, which apparently have, I guess they're plantable right now. I guess that's a thing. Go for it. So that we can have more food and such, because, I mean, we have a good deal of food, but we could use more food. Oh, Chewy, you failed to recruit Brody. What's Brody even like? Oh, yeah, he's, like, super artistic and crafting. And he's a cult child. We just... It's not the best. I don't want a cultist, but we need people here, and I mean, if we can make him see the light of communism, then in the very least, I guess that's good enough for us overall. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know, and sometimes you have to bring a cultist into your midst, even though he's a filthy, disgusting, worthless cultist, such as Mr. Brody is here. Disgusting Brody. Okay. Oh, rare thrombo. Oh, jump to location. A rare thrombo. Slowly moving through the environment. What do you have to say about the gigantic thrombo? A gigantic creature of unknown origin. The thrombo is gentle by nature, but extremely dangerous when enraged. Its long fur is exceptionally beautiful and valuable, and its razor-sharp horn is very valuable in most markets. Legend says that an old thrombo is the wisest creature in the universe. It simply chooses not to speak. Well, if you choose not to speak, my friend, you have, of course, created for yourself a disparity. And we do not accept disparities within our colony. What is that? A man-hunting pack of Boomalopes? Oh, good God. That's actually a really bad thing. Boomalopes explode when you shoot them or kill them or anything. That's like a colony-ending experience there, the Boomalope explosions. We're gonna have to arm ourselves and prepare for an attack via Boomalope. Actually, if we can meet these guys outside of our colony, they're gonna explode and cause fires, but if we fight them like out here, that'll reduce the risk of the fires actually, you know, hitting our colony itself. which would, I don't know if you've checked, but that would be the ideal situation. So we're going to try to set up so that we get the most fire on them from a distance. Because we want to hit them, but we don't want to actually, you know... If we can prevent them from getting close to us, that would really be the ideal situation. So explosions like that, way off in the distance, that's the ideal. Oh yeah, we're doing some good work here. Wow, this is actually going really well. Nice job, guys. You appear to be Boomalope killing experts. I mean, there's now some raging fires in the midst, but I'll trust that eventually there'll be some form of rain to put that out. Yeah. No, that's gonna be bad. In the very least, it's not near our colony. Look, it's gonna take a while for it to get to us. Similar to most problems in all of society, we will deal with it when it actually gets to our colony. Until then, I will choose to pretend that it never even existed. There is no fire down there. What are you talking about? I have empirical data which says that there is 0% fire in that region. And you're just going to have to, you know, live with that empirical data. Imperial data. Oh, my word. Can we have some imperial data? How do you even get imperial data? Is that like... Do you have to, like, talk to Vader to get a nice quantity of imperial data? That'd be great. Anyway, we can't actually talk to Vader because Vader doesn't exist. Vader actually happens to be a creation of the bourgeoisie themselves, so we do not partake in any form of Lord Vadering. Quite frankly, it's just not acceptable. Why is there a poplar tree in front of our wind turbines? And Kimmy, why are you so depressed right now? Let's look at Kimmy. How do you feel, Kimmy? She's observed some rotten corpses. Why? Oh, these. Okay. We need to close this off, because observing rotten corpses is actually a really bad thing. Like, it really hurts people's happiness. I don't know why. Apparently, people do not enjoy looking at rotten corpses. I don't know. Look, I've inquired as to why that was the case. Nobody wants to answer. They're all like, I don't know, not particular. It's like, it just makes them feel bad. But I would say, if you look at the decomposition and take it as a form of, like, understanding the science behind existence, then all of these people would be a lot less depressed about looking at rotten corpses, and we wouldn't have to build a giant wall. Which is actually more to the point. I just don't want to build a wall. It just feels like too much effort, quite frankly. If we could just avoid that entirely, that'd be great. But apparently they're going to be chumps about the whole, ooh, I don't want to see my friend slowly rotting in the distance. Whatever you say, guys. Whatever you say. So, ooh, who's starving? Kimmy? Kimmy, get out of your bed and get some food. Jeez, you don't need to be starving. I mean, there's tons of food. We're basically living in a land of plenty. Oh, check it out. They're playing pool. Oh, is Ninja playing pool? He's playing billiards. Ninja, why are you playing billiards on your own? Why did Chewie just leave you when you were playing billiards? I guess Chewie had a rage quit moment where Bushido, being, of course, a wild man, and, of course, also... Through being a wild man, citation needed, he was brilliant at geometry. I guess that's a thing now. If you're a wild person, you're really good at geometry. So he just absolutely crushed Chewie in a game of billiards, which was quite impressive. Are they both playing billiards? They were. Oh, Bushido once again came in and just crushed someone at billiards. Leinster immediately gave up when Bushido... decided to play a bit. He basically jumped the cue ball over the balls, actually hit the wall, came back in, and sunk the 8 ball into, like, the corner pocket. And Leinster was just like, I have been completely overclassed by this man. I can't deal with this. This is over. What an existence that is. Oh, looks like Brody, actually, despite being imprisoned, is... actually quite happy about the situation. I would say he's significantly happier about the situation than Kimmy is, and Kimmy is existing in a state of freedom, and communistic freedom at that, which I would argue is the best freedom one can ask for. Chewie, work on your social skills. You have really good social skills. How did you not succeed at, like, actually turning Brody to our colony? Come on, Chewie. Don't fail us, Chewie. Oh, by the way, I did also figure out this tool cabinet here. Actually, I don't think is doing anything. I don't think tool cabinets work on laboratories. So we're going to have to reinstall this over somewhere else. And we're going to reinstall it into the kitchen because I think it works for things in the kitchen. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Really hard to tell. That may or may not be a thing, but it has a pretty wide radius. So even if it doesn't work for things in the kitchen, it'll in the very least work for the electric benches and things. So we're just going to have to hope for the best on that one. Yeah, there's really no indication of which things are being assisted by the... Oh, check it! Brody is part of the colony now. Oh, Brody, welcome to the colony, my friend. You've decided to accept the warm, juicy embrace of communism, which is a really quite a terrible thought when you take it into consideration. I don't want a juicy embrace of communism. Anyway, we're gonna build him a room right over here. We're gonna build it off of the actual dining room so that we can hook up a vent and not have to build a new heater for him. That'll be perfect. And he'll just get a nice bed in there. Unfortunately, Brody, you may have to sleep slightly in the cold for at least one night. I mean, it's only like -7 outside. I'm sure you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. If you really need to, we have an animal bed down here, Brody. You can just curl up in the animal bed. You'll have to have Dreamweaver, like, just right there on top of you. But, I mean, it's a choice between having a communistic experience with a cat or freezing to death. So you're going to have to show us how devoted you are to the communistic enterprises of this colony. Quite frankly, that's just how it's going to have to go. Okay. So, what are we actually researching right now? Oh, yeah, tube televisions. That's going to be great. That's going to be the best. We'll be able to put a few tube televisions in, like, the actual rec room. And potentially, how much cloth do we have? Can we get some armchairs in there? I feel like we really need armchairs. We've got some tortoise leather, and we've got some turkey leather. We can make a couple armchairs and we'll have the TVs like over here. So we'll just get out of furniture. We'll get like a turkey leather couch like right here. And we'll get, what's the other one? Tortoise leather. Have we really killed so many tortoise that we can make a chair out of them? That seems pretty impressive actually. We'll put it a little ways. We'll put it over here. So we'll have one television here, one over here, and people can just, like, take a sit down in the actual armchair and watch the television. Oh, Brody, your wall's not even done yet, Brody. Oh, no. Oh, looks like they're actually actively working to fix Brody's wall, which is perfect. Oh, there we go. And it's unroofed in there, so unfortunately it is actually still freezing in his room. If you could... Can we prioritize building the roofed area? That'd be great. Because right now, Brody is freezing. And I don't feel like he's going to enjoy that. So if we can turn that into an actual roofed area, that'd be great. Mr. Bachetto, you're not going to sleep until this is fully roofed, Bachetto. I swear, Bachetto. Don't even... What needs to be roofed? That? Is that now a roofed area? It's not. What else? What else, Bachetto? Bachetto, you're not getting to sleep. Not happening. Huh. Oh, wait, there we go. That's that one little spot left. And now it's an indoor area, and it's warming up. So with any hope, Brody won't suffer from like some terrible, like, I don't know, freezing to death in the middle of the night. We'll have to boost this heater just a bit, because currently it looks like it's a bit too big of an area for the heater to actually deal with both the dining room and Brody's room at such a low temp. We may just need to get a whole nother heater set up in Brody's room. That may be the solution to the fact that it's still 18 degrees Celsius in Brody's room. Oh, a female psychic drone. That means that Kimmy's gonna like lose her mind. Kimmy's already having like the worst existence ever, and now she's got a psychic drone that's gonna cause her to just go absolutely berserk. That's the worst. Anyway, for now, that will bring us to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we will continue the Great Colony. We should get the tube television all researched up, and we can throw some televisions in the rec room, which is going to be amazing. Everyone's just going to freak out over the fact that there's just the best television one has ever seen just sitting there, and they're going to get to watch all of the, like, I don't know, Latin American soap operas they want. Is that something communists watch? Or do they just watch, like, Karl Marx constantly ranting? I don't know. But anyway, they'll watch whatever they want to. So, until then, thanks for watching, and of course, as always, enjoy the rest of your day.